Hello, BIP grant recipients. Welcome to NTIA's Office of Internet Connectivity and Growth instructional video series for grant recipients. Today, we're going to show you how to complete the baseline report, which is due once at the beginning of your project. This report will help us better understand your project goals and plan so that we can best support you in your work to close the digital divide and ensure internet for all. This report should be based on anticipated figures and schedules, so answer each section the best that you can with your current project plan. Reminder, the baseline report is due 45 calendar days after you received final NEPA approvals in the form of a categorical exclusion or CE decision memorandum or the publication of a signed finding of no significant impact or a FONSI. Let's start at the top of the baseline report template. Fill in your organization's information, including name, address, and DUNS number. We'll be using an example organization and project in this video. Then you'll fill in the dates for your period of performance, which can be found in your CD 450. Moving on to the infrastructure milestone categories. In this section, you will fill in the start and end dates for each of the milestone categories. Once you fill in columns E and F, the calendar to the right will auto-populate. In the second table of this section, fill in the estimated completion in percentages based on the expenditure of your budget. If you anticipate that 1/4 of the equipment procurement will be complete by year 1, period 1, the second quarter of the network build will be complete by year 1, period 1, and the remaining half of the network will be complete by year 2, period 1, fill out the form as such. All ensuing cells throughout the period of performance should be filled out as 100%. Your period of performance can be found on your CD 450. Environmental assessment would include any activities related to submitting the environmental and historic preservation documentation, including project narratives, key project site information, including any information on wetlands, endangered species, or ground disturbing activities, permits required, and any other documentation that shows that the impact of the project is minimal and mitigated. Network design would include any expenditures on setting up a local area network or a wide area network. Rights of way would include any permits required to proceed with construction on the project site. Construction permits and other approvals include any official government licenses or permits necessary to your project. Site preparation covers all activities related to mobilizing equipment and materials, as well as any safety requirements necessary for preparing the project site for construction activity. Equipment procurement would cover any amount you spent on project equipment, including tablets, laptops, printers, desktops, monitors, keyboards, drives, and external hard drives. Network build includes all costs related to owned or leased components, as well as indefeasible rights of use. Equipment deployment would include any expenditures on deploying desktop computers, printers, or laptops, as well as transportation and shipping costs. Network testing includes all spending related to network testing. Anything not covered by the previous categories would fall into 11, other, and you would specify what those costs are. So for our example organization, you can see we filled in the different category amounts by period as a percentage, and it all adds up to a total of 100% in row 1 overall project. If some of these categories do not align to your project, please add NA to the associated fields. If you are unsure where to find this information for your report, please reference your application package. Also, your FPO is here to support you in completing this form. Under Network Build Progress, list any and all key indicators, the dates those indicators will come to fruition, and whether the progress is middle mile, last mile, both, or not applicable. Keep in mind that this information should be cumulative from the start of your project to the end of the semi-annual period. If you have any other progress indicators, you will need to explain in line J. For broadband access key indicators, List anticipated key indicators for your project, like the number of previously unserved households that now have access to broadband because of your project, or businesses, community anchor networks, or last mile providers now served. As you fill out the baseline report, keep in mind that all goals, metrics, and partnerships that align to your project should be reported. Under other indicators, list the number of new jobs created and the number of new positions filled as a result of BIP grant funding. For instance, these could be jobs related to construction activities at project sites, administrative activities related to grants management, or other jobs created by broadband service providers as a result of increased service. Be sure to list the cumulative totals across all 3 years. Lastly, certify that all of the information listed is correct by listing the name of the authorized certifying official along with their telephone number and email address. The signatory should be your authorized organization representative, or AOR. Then the authorized certifying official will sign and date the report. This can be an electronic signature or it can be signed in ink. Once the form is complete, send it to bbinfra@ntia.gov and CC greports@nis.gov. In addition to submitting a signed PDF version of the report, please attach the Excel version of your report to help expedite the review process. Thank you for watching. More instructional videos will be available soon, but in the meantime, check out the BIP report instructions on the Broadband USA website and/or reach out to your FPO with any questions.